If you're new here and you didn't really know what that was, I'm making a gravity-bending puzzle Metroidvania with musical combat. It's called Metro Gravity. Wishlist right now. I'm making this devlog because, well, the last one blew my expectations out of the water. Thank you so much, 420 subs. But also, Metro Gravity went through a pretty substantial milestone, I think. I recently posted some very early alpha builds of the game onto my Discord, and low-key, it took a lot more mental energy out of me than I thought it would. Starting a project in a game engine and playing around with mechanics and systems is fun, but making the game actually playable by different people is way more of an endeavor. It felt like everything was breaking in front of my eyes. Things that worked forever just suddenly stopped working. Every time I was like, oh, I'll deal with this later. This was later. It caught up to me, bro. So I fixed a bunch of stupid bugs, I thought, and finally dropped an unplayable mess into my Discord server and went to sleep. By unplayable mess, I mean you could get soft locked by just talking to someone. 50% of the content wasn't even there because this stupid water orb wasn't spawning and it was necessary to progress. So people in the Discord played it, told me about it. By the way, thank you so much to my Discord homies, you guys are so cool. And then I released another one so I could finally start getting actual criticism instead of just, oh, here's a game breaking bug, right? The main criticism I received was that the game feel, or game juice, could be improved. Turns out it's actually nice to be able to control your movement mid-air. Unlike real life where you obey the laws of gravity and parabolic motion. This is Metro Gravity. We don't do that. It's also a video game. So why didn't I have air control? Well, there were two reasons. One, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't just turn up a slider because I made a whole controller and physics myself so that I could do all this gravity stuff. And I tried like 5 different things and then other stuff would stop working, like grappling hook or standing on moving blocks. And sometimes you could just speed up. The second reason was that I kind of had this idea where like, oh, if I make jumps precise and jumping precise, then I can make precision puzzles and you can't cheese the platforming sections, which was really an excuse. You could cheese the game anyways. I'm not going to sacrifice the game juice just so I can make 2 cheesable puzzles. Also, I thought I might as well add an air dash instead of the ground pound, which you weren't even supposed to have. Also, the camera was ass. It was jarring and random. You had to constantly readjust it, but I fixed it now. It's super smooth. Don't even worry about it. Wishlist Metro. Also, wall walking was ass. Randomly, you would try to walk on a wall and it just wouldn't. Like, what? Anyways, there were also things that weren't game juice that sucked. The way I was handling game events and saving was ass. It was just not good. I don't even want to talk about it. It's embarrassing. The map wasn't connected enough. It was way too linear, and if you missed something, you had to backtrack a long time, like really long time. If you got stuck somewhere, you had no idea if you were just not figuring something out or you were missing an item and you had to go backtrack. I could just say like, oh, this is a Metroidvania and I don't hold your hand, but sometimes it just doesn't feel good. Having people playtesting for the first time instead of just relying on my extremely biased opinion as the guy making the game was way too helpful, and I'm so glad that I did it. My only regret is that I couldn't sit back and let people experience the game more, but it was just so bad and unintuitive that I had to tell people what to do. The game is supposed to be non-hand-holdy, as I said, but this was just too much. Even so, I was pleasantly surprised how much playtime there actually was. The shitty demo that didn't even have a boss fight and had barely any content took people 2 hours on average. That was supposed to be like, what, 10% of the game? 10-15? That means the game will be like 20 hours by extrapolation. Or maybe it just took 2 hours because the game was so jarring and unintuitive. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for playtesting. How about some stuff that I actually did? So this is Corey. It's a goth clown girl with a missing texture outfit. This is Sinatra. He's a shopkeeper. He can float around because he's an astronaut, I guess. This is Oscar. You can't see him because he talks to you through a phone, but he gives you hints about puzzles. I added some little stupid enemies. They're literally called stupid enemies. Ram with a bass clef as horns. I think that goes hard. Percushrooms. Percussion. I got the Zelda eye enemy that you can parry. We got the squid with the treble skull with the rest symbol as the horns. I don't think anyone will notice that unless I tell them. But yeah, that's it. I wish I had more to show. I could have waited to show more, but I thought playtesting was a good milestone, and I thought I could make an entertaining video about it. But don't worry, there's zero scope creep going on. In fact, I'm more confident than ever I'll finish the game on time and make a memorable experience that's worth the price tag, which is to be announced. I don't know, like $12 or something. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, wishlist Metro Gravity. Bye.